Like moving along here, kind of getting into some other topics here. Uh, Buy or sell
All right.
the resilience of this team. Do you buy or sell it?
I'll buy it. I don't know, Monday night's game. Honestly, that's a game the Kings lose the last 4 years. That's a game the Kings lose. You lose Fox, you're down 15 at the half. And to again, a team where recently you've been terrible against Charlotte. And in an arena you haven't won in 5 years. That's a game you lose, period. And it was awesome. Like we said, not only were you down Fox, you're down 15 at the half. Had a huge third quarter. So, Davion stepped up, Deli stepped up, other guys stepped up, put the team on their back with Fox down, get that scoring load. And, that gave me hope. It gave me hope. Like I said, I did not want to start off 1-5, and you got to beat a team like the Hornets. So that's really the only reason I say yes. And it's still early in the season. It'd be hard to say no that this team wouldn't be resilient. But I feel like I can truthfully say, like, I can see this team coming back. I think they still have all the talent in the world. And hopefully, like we were talking about Holmes a second ago, he can get back in his groove, and others can too, and take that next step.
Yeah, I think kind of another compliment you could give from an example of a game of their resiliency, even though, as many people have pointed out, they had no business being in that game because they gave up how many points in the first half to Golden State, but they almost came back and won that game. It was just kind of like, oh man. And maybe that was more about like, okay, this team can score, and Golden State really has a lot of defensive issues this year. Maybe that's more the primary issue there, but it's like they never gave up, And also, to take it back to what we said earlier, aside from what we've seen from Holmes and, in a much limited, much, less vast amount of time for Len, all these guys have been ready. Like you said, Davion, Dellavedova, um, all these other guys.
Lyles good. He got a
Absolutely.
did not play against Memphis, and he's played great the last two games. Yeah,
And I could talk about Trey Lyles forever because in these last couple of games, and you heard it, they were saying it over and over again, and I don't think that they, for all the things that our lovely commentating crew in Sacramento repeat often, this was a very pleasant thing that they were repeating, was the fact that Mike Brown in film sessions was taking a lot of moments in the defensive end to point out little things that Trey Lyles is doing on the defensive end. And if you go through and if you just take a cursory glance at some of the moments from him, you just click on the videos of his blocks that he's provided. He's had 3 blocks in the last 2 games that were the best bit of rim protection this team has had, really.
yeah.
I mean, like I said, Murray, I think, has 1 a game. But so I think that's just coming from how long he is as a defender. I think some of those come on the perimeter and from mid-range shots and stuff. But the thing with who was I just talking about?
Trey Lyles.
Trey Lyles, yeah. He's also, like, we're talking about how the rotational issues on defense have become a big issue for this team. And Trey Lyles goes in there, and on one of his blocks against the Hornets, I think it was the last one of the game, it was like a minute left, he bodied up his man. It might have been Washington, who was having a great game. He bodied him up, stayed in front of him, chest out, arms up, stayed with him, stopped him, got him to put up a bad shot, and blocked it. It wasn't even about the block. It was about the defense. And I think the other block he had against the Hornets, it was that rotational thing that I was just mentioning. He made the rotation. It helped Domas in the paint when an offensive player got behind him and closed in and got him from behind. It was great. And I don't know. He just looks so sharp and ready to go. And he just, I think in the first game of the season, because I think he played like 4 minutes against the Warriors or something like that. And then he hadn't played against the Clippers, and then I don't think he played against Memphis. And in his limited time, he didn't look great, but there was a lot of issues. This team was kind of figuring some things out. I think he put up like 7 threes in the first game, and he only hit 2 of them. And it's like, you probably don't want Trey Lyles shooting the 3 ball 7 times, and in only like, I don't know, he didn't play that many minutes. So it wasn't like he was earning his time, but it's like, we saw Trey Lyles fill in the exact, not all the cracks. Obviously, a guy like him can't fill in all the cracks that are kind of deficits to the team's ability to win games. But he really finds the way to fill in as many as he can without affecting or creating any more cracks. And he is just so excellent at that. And on the defensive end, it's been a big difference from last year. He made that difference really offensively, even defensively, with a smart kind of defensive approach. But at the end of the day, the guy lost 20 pounds.
Yeah.
It's just like, that makes a huge difference. He wants it. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent at the end of the year. He's another guy with a contract year, and he's ready to prove something. He's 26 going on 27, and he wants it. And also, he had to have known, like, Mike Brown's coaching this team, defense, pace, all that stuff has got to be a big part of it. So in terms of the resilience of this team, from off-season resilience to think ahead, both about yourself and about your team, to get in shape, to stay ready, even when you got a couple of did not plays that you definitely didn't deserve, probably. He stayed with it, and I think it comes from Mike Brown a lot, but it also comes from Trey Lyles. But Mike Brown has always I think he said it in preseason ahead of one of the games. He said, yeah, I kind of want to like see some guys not play because I want to see how they respond to not playing. So I think in kind of like maybe giving a long leash to some of his Nigerian national team guys, and that trust is obviously strong because he stuck with it for like 4 games there.
Yeah. Too long.
He went all out against Memphis. He let it fly. He's like, you're not playing the Kings. You're playing Team Nigeria. And, maybe that was just kind of part of it. He's like, yeah, Lyles will probably get his minutes, let's just see how he responds. Because he just kind of became the odd man out if you're giving them a chance. But the resilience of this team has been so well emulated by Lyles.
Yeah. He's been awesome. That guy I fell in love with last year after the Kings traded for him. I guess he just seems always ready, like you said, and he just does everything, right. And so,
last week I said Trey Lyles looks like my friend. I looked up Trey Lyles' age today, and it says his birthday is November 5th. This friend's birthday is, oh my fucking God.
Is it the same birthday?
November 5th. It's Ian's birthday.
Is it the same guy?
Yeah. That's weird. Okay, that's wild. I just figured that out just now. Okay. Well, that probably means nothing to you folks at home, but yeah, okay. Yeah, Trey Lyles is the best. I think he's my friend. I think that's my friend.
Yeah, I think it's his alter ego on the weekends.
It's very strange.
What's up, John? Is he 6'8"? Is your friend 6'8"?
Now that I think about it. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, resiliency. I think this team has it for all the points we just said.